We're looking at Psalm 138 today. If you have your Bibles, just a little 8-verse psalm. And it is a psalm of thanksgiving. Several times he thanks the Lord for various things. I will give you thanks with all my heart. I will sing praises to you before the gods. Now, by gods, he doesn't recognize that there are actual gods or deities that are alive. He's speaking of these mythological gods. He could be referring to demons who are often behind the mythological gods and the idols, but he is not elevating a set of spiritual beings to deity. There are no such things as a rival for the true God. But he sings praises to you before these idols and before these spirit beings. And then he begins to give reasons for his thanksgiving. First of all, he thanks God because of his loving kindness. I bow down toward your holy temple and give thanks to your name for your loving kindness and your truth. So we have run across this term loving kindness many times in the Psalms, the Hebrew word hesed, which speaks of mercy and kindness and compassion and faithfulness and love all in one bundle. And so once again, he is thankful to God for his loving kindness and also for his truth. You'll find these two terms, love and truth, coupled throughout the Bible. Even in the New Testament, we are to, Ephesians chapter 4, we are to speak the truth in love, 4:16 in Ephesians. Well, so truth is always coupled with love. A love without truth is not love. Truth without love is harsh and doesn't change the hearts. Truth coupled with love is so important. And he thanks the Lord for the loving kindness that he gives, and he thanks the Lord for his truth. And then he goes on to verse 2. Verse 3 says, on the day I called, you answered me, and you made me bold with strength in my soul. He now thanks the Lord that he does not ignore him. In the day that he calls on him, he knows that God is going to answer, that God is going to hear him. He may be the deity, the great Almighty of the universe, and yet he hears our prayers, and he listens to what we have to say. And the psalmist said he answers me, and he gives me strength. He gives me boldness, so that I have a great need for that strength. He hears me, but he gives me strength to handle the issues of my life. And then he thanks the Lord in verse 5, and they will sing of the ways of the Lord, for great is the glory of the Lord. For through the Lord, though the Lord is exalted, yet he regards the lowly. Okay, so listen to that for a moment. The Lord is almighty, he is great, he is omniscient, but he gives regard to the lowly. And so the psalmist would put himself in that category, and you and I should too, just people. Even the greatest of us, like the kings he talks about in verse 4, are just people. They get sick, they die, they sin, they do right, they do wrong. They're people. And so under the eyes of God, they are lowly. And yet he praises God, he thanks God, because he regards the lowly. He cares for the lowly. He cares for people like you and I. But he says the haughty he knows from afar. The Lord also knows those who are proud and arrogant, rebellious. He knows them from afar. He doesn't have to research these people. He knows who they are. He knows how they behave, and he takes note. He knows them from afar. Then he thanks the Lord in verse 7 because he is with him in time of trouble. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, you will revive me. This is very similar to David's other psalm, Psalm 23. Though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, you are with me. This is not quite as poetic. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, you will revive me. Revive is the idea of life, giving life. So here I am going through this valley of despair, this time of great trouble, and my hope for life and rescue is in you. And I give you thanks for that. And you will stretch forth your hand against the wrath of my enemies, and your right hand will save me. He is also thanking God for protection. The enemy is coming on him and against him, but he can trust the Lord to rescue him because of the power of his right hand, and he will save him. Then he closes by with these words, "The Lord will accomplish what concerns me. Your loving kindness, O Lord, is everlasting. Do not forsake the works of your hands." He is counting on God's faithfulness here. God's loving kindness is everlasting. It will never grow old. It will never go out of style. It will never be minimized. It's everlasting, it's eternal, and it's there for you and I. No wonder he thanks the Lord. This is a good psalm for us to meditate on, and thanking the Lord ourselves for all the things that the psalmist thanks him for in this psalm.